Oh yeah, you alright? Hope everyone's alright. Thanks for whoever who's joined. So, can you guys hear me okay? I'm sure you probably can. Just give us a yes, no, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can. So, I'm just going to crack on anyway. So yeah, welcome to What's on the Desk. And it's episode, well, it's going to be episode one, the first episode. I'm doing this today because I'm on call. And I haven't unfortunately got time to do a proper video and get it uploaded because I've already been out today as it is. So when I'm on call, possibly these are sort of the quick interruption live streams that I'm going to probably do just so I can give you guys some content as well. So on the desk today, I do have some lovely medieval miniatures from Perry. Really do like these. I'll get some of my men at arms for my 100 Years War, and typical, I just snapped the thing off that one for a second time, but I'll get some more just there. Got some of my men at arms. Hopefully it should focus for you, but yeah, they're lovely. Really are nice. Feel free to obviously put some stuff in the chat if you want to ask anything or if you're interested. Please feel free to do so. But yeah, basically how I'm gonna do these is Martin over at Seventh Son. He's given me a few ideas. He said I can base them up because obviously this is a new period for me and basing and all this sort of jazz. It's a touchy subject depending on what game you want to play. So you might want to be playing like Hell Caesar and stuff like that. And I know that frontage is important. I think he said a 40 mil frontage. So as long as they all meet up and stuff, it should be okay. But I've put mine on bases of 2 per unit, just because they're the bases that come in the Perry's box, and I thought I would do that at first anyway, just to be on the safe side really. And yeah, I think they turned out quite nicely, to be fair. It's quite nice to have a mixture of like units. So like my archers are on the bigger bases, got like 5 or 6 of them. You probably may have seen the video. If you haven't, check it out. One that Martin sent me. He's now my commander of my archers. So really nice. But this is like pretty much preparation I do for any miniature I'm going to paint. So obviously I'll go through the mould lines. And the way I'm doing this, I've just got a blade obviously. Any of the thin mould lines I'm turning back on it itself by 45 degrees and just scratching up, and it should get rid of most of those, to be fair. I used to scratch it forward like this, and it doesn't really work as well. It just cuts out massive chunks of the model. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but that does seem to happen a lot. And it gives you like wonky sort of guys. So like half their helmet's missing and stuff because you've cut stuff out. But like you get really bad bits of like mold line and where the sprues attached to it. Just there, and you do have to go in with the blade and cut it out nicely with the front bit of the blade. But the rest of it you can just use a nice sharp blade like this. Like the helmet now, I've got rid of all those mold lines on the top there, and actually it looks pretty good. It does look pretty decent, so pretty happy about that. Let's get that round there done. What's everyone up to at the minute then? What's everybody else painting, or what's everybody else building? What periods are you doing? What's the thing you're on to at the moment? Like I say, for me it's got to be these men at arms and this Perry box set, just because it's such good value for money. Really is. Historical wargaming, it is just amazing value for money. It's like 20 quid, 20 pounds. So I don't know what that would be in dollars. I think about 25, $27 over in the UK if you bought it here. You get so many figures, 36 figures. And they're really nice as well, obviously sculpted by the Perrys. But this is a methodical thing for me. I like to, well, recently I've liked to get rid of my mold lines. I don't, what's everyone else think about that? What do they think about mold lines? Because I'll be honest with you, when I first started out, I never really used to bother. What was everyone else like when they first started? Did you bother with mold lines? Did you scrape them out? Like an idiot, I bought the Games Workshop tool for removing the mold lines, and I could never work out how to use it properly. Never used to work right for me. Probably be able to do it better now, but yeah. The miniature painter painting my French command for another regiment of French. Oh, very nice. Dom won't like that. You know what Dom's like with French? Oh dear. That's another period I'm very much interested in is the Napoleonics. Again, Martin, the Git, is really got me thinking about Napoleonics and what I want to do with them. And it's like I've seen him play some black powder, and it's like, oh, I'd absolutely love a massive game of that. And obviously Haley keeps beating him at it, his wife. So it's hello Millers, you alright, buddy? Yeah, it's quite funny to see him losing to his wife. Obviously, she's all new to wargaming, but yeah, I don't know what to do in that sort of period. I'm thinking, do I go British? Because obviously everyone that's British loves a British force, don't they? And it's like, oh, but everyone's got British, and you know, do I do two armies? But I'd like to have them painted and be able to play with them pretty quickly. And it's just, you know, it's just frustrating. It's difficult. It's I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna have to watch some more YouTube on what to do with when it comes to Napoleonics, because there's so much different varieties out there, so many different kits. But yeah, so what are you up to then, Millers? What are you doing at the minute? What are you painting, or what have you got on your desk? Building some furniture for the daughter. Good idea, mate. Good idea, yeah. Why not? Why not? Definitely, why not? It's one of those things, isn't it? It's nice to be able to do, or at least include your hobby in other things. Like technically I'm on call at the moment. I have been out already today, a couple of times, so you know my phone could go at any time, which will be really annoying. But apologies if it does. I will have to answer it and go to work. But I thought, like I say, I couldn't get this video up today, so I thought I'd do a little impromptu live stream and just see how everybody is. It's nice to have a chat with people and touch base. But these mould lines, I'll tell you what, they are driving me insane. They're not even bad, to be honest with you, the Perry stuff. I could probably get away with it and say they're armour joints, but you know, I know they're there now and it'll drive me a bit crazy. And you don't really see it when you're up close, but it's just nice to know they're all gone, isn't it? So you got some ECW Dragoons on the go at the moment for War Games Anonymous Challenge. I need to take part in that. I'll need to do something. That's another thing I need to try and do. But did you guys hear that Warfare, the show in November's cancelled? They cancelled today. So I think that's the last show of the year. So they're all been cancelled this year. I'm gutted. Kind of expected it, but kind of wished it didn't have to come to fruition, which is a real shame. But yeah, that show's now cancelled. Sorry, just trying to get in this little bit here. Right, okay. Oh, there's another thing, okay. So I got this Tamiya extra thin cement, yeah, and I've also got, you know, Humbrol or whatever it is, Revell plastic glue. Okay, I keep forgetting the camera's facing down here. So I've got to admit, I've fallen in love with this stuff. Reason being is when you unscrew it, I've been thinking about it for ages. You know, you got the little brush on the end, so you don't actually flood where you're going to be gluing with plastic glue, and it doesn't end up going everywhere. Because I have had that problem, and it goes all over the miniature. But with this stuff here, it is like proper good. You just hold it in place for about 4 or 5 seconds, and it just, there you go, sets in place like that, and it just perfect, absolutely perfect. Falling in love with it. Does anyone else use it, or do they just stick with super glue or plastic cement, or depending on what they're using? But I tell you what, this stuff is cracking. It's the extra thin stuff. And it's nice because of the brush. Like I say, I wish there was a way to get like super glue to be like that on a brush tip, because I tell you what, getting super glue out of the pot and getting only a little bit in that you want, it's enough to drive anyone crazy, isn't it? Right, okay. So, it's a good, but sometimes it dries too quick before I get a chance to put pieces together. Also, doesn't always do a good job on minis. Oh, okay. Maybe I've just been a bit lucky. Oh yeah, actually, to be fair, I'll give you that, because when I've been putting swords on these guides, it's been a bit of a nightmare because they have been breaking off. So I can see what you mean by that, to be fair, and I will give you that. That's 100% true. It doesn't always adhere well, but I think if you're joining arms and just putting arms together like this, and you've got several bondage contact bits, so like the two arms come together, and then you've got the bits on the torso like that, I think it's okay for that. But if you've got little bits of like swords or daggers or arrows that you're sticking on, and I think you're right. I think, to be fair, maybe a bit of normal plastic glue, or you've got a tiny blob of super glue, but it is a pain in the bum to try and just get a tiny blob of super glue. And the other pain thing is, at the minute, with this, you might be able to see because it's a bit scorched anyway. I've lost the cap for the end, so anytime I want to use my plastic glue, it's a case of either having a lighter or something on standby, remember, and just like melting away the end there of the glue, because just heating that up with a bit of metal like that, you then get the glue come out, so that'll be okay to use now. So every time I do that, I have to do that in a minute because I can't find the lid, and I'm gonna have to make an impromptu lid. Obviously, don't be doing that if you're underage. But yeah, put that over there, get that out of the way. But yeah, no, that is good. That does still have its place. You are right with that. So it's too thin for that, but model kit's perfect. Oh my god, I've never thought of that. I've always just thrown the metal bit away. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I used to go down to like the stove and do it on the gas. But no, you can just you literally can just use a lighter or a match or something and do it that way. There you go. You got a nice tip of the day there. Tip of the day. The best bit would be not to actually lose the plastic end, but that's another story, isn't it? But like I say, with these knights I'm doing at the moment, well, they're not knights, they're men at arms technically. So I think the difference between a men at arms, Martin was telling me this, and a knight is they're paid. So men at arms are actually paid, unlike peasants. So they're paid a retainer sort of fee, to be called to when the Lord needs them for battle. And a knight is obviously someone that's been dubbed Sir, I think it is. So Sir, so it's Sir whoever, I think that's how it works in this period. I could be wrong, but Martin was telling me that. But obviously you get the peasants like the archers, and they're just conscripted, and that's why they've got shoddy equipment. But I have been trying with these guys to make them quite nice, because these are my first medieval figures, and I am enjoying doing them, and they're pretty straightforward to paint. Let's just get a bit of plastic glue blob there. There we go. And get that onto this guy. But how does everyone think I should go then? What's the next step with all this, with the English army then for medievals? Is it a period people do a lot of that watch my stuff, or is it all new to you as well as me? Because I can tell you something, it's a bit daunting when you're starting a new period. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but especially when you don't really know a huge amount about the history, you know a bit, but not a mass amount. So it can be a bit scary. So it's like Napoleonics, you know about Napoleon Bonaparte and all that. You know about You know, the Battle of Waterloo, and you know, you've seen the film Waterloo, and you're like, you know, you know a little bit about it. You've done a bit of reading and stuff, but when you start something you don't really know nothing about, so with the medieval stuff, you know, you've only seen a few films, and I literally knew nothing about the Battle of Agincourt before I started doing this 100 Years' War. Didn't even know what the 100 Years' War was. Didn't even know it existed. I'd heard of Agincourt before, um, and I've heard of the War of the Roses. I probably know a little bit more about that, but for some reason, King Henry V, cavalry. King Henry V, did make me very interested in this period. So much so, the other night on Facebook, I sent Martin. Martin's got a link to this advert that come up, and it was like a hoodie, and you'll see me wearing it in the videos when it comes. But it's a hoodie, and it's got King Henry V's coat of arms. So like it's like you're wearing the armor. So, and it's got like the chainmail for like the hood and stuff. It just looks really cool. And I've got to admit, I may have FOMO'd into that and purchased that. It wasn't the cheapest because it's coming from the States as well. But I was like, yes, I was like very much so. But yeah, what's the miniature painter you've put? I've been trying to get into ECW. But Napoleonics keep calling me back. Dom likes his English Civil War. Dom very much likes his English Civil War. He's got quite a lot of that, and I think you have as well, Martin. But yeah, no. That's another thing. That's another period that interests me as well, and so does ACW. So the American Civil War, that interests me as well. Oh, there's so much, and then Steve comes in. Steve got me into like thinking about 6mm as well. I'm gonna do 6mm War of the Roses inspired now. Yeah, I know, man. I love my 6mm as well. You know how much I love my 6mm. Everyone, everyone who knows me should know that I do quite like 6mm. I've got that epic stuff, but I keep getting tempted. I need to do something in 6mm. So you are right there, Steve. I was going to get some stuff at Warfare this year actually, because it's been a nightmare, isn't it, to get 6mm stuff from like Bacchus 6mm. He's had to shut his web store loads of times, and it's just ordering and when to order. But I was hoping he was going to be at Warfare and they'd have some stock put by, so I was going to head straight to him and just get some 6mm or something. I was going to go American Civil War and do it like that. I still thinking of that idea, mate. It's still there, but yeah, one of those things. It's just like, oh, I've got that box of shame. And well, it's not a box, it's a box of brown envelopes. And yeah, they're there. So speaking of brown envelopes, I've got some miniatures drying at the minute from Primer. I've got that Sharky and Wormtongue, they're drying. Just show you them, they're over here. They're metals from Games Workshop, so I've gone over them with a brown primer at the minute, just because I had that in a rattle can, and all my metals get the rattle can treatment because they've got some sort of chemical in that helps adhere a bit better. And next thing I'll do is I shall Xenophil highlight these, so you won't even see any of the brown, so it'll be a layer of black ink from Liquitex. If you airbrush this stuff, this black ink from Liquitex, you may have seen it used. It's carbon black. If you airbrush and you want black, get this. It doesn't clog up your brush, and it goes on amazing. And then for white, I use the Liquitex white ink. So for the other part of the Xenophil highlight, it's this white ink, and again, it doesn't clog your airbrush. And it is absolutely amazing because you get speckling issues with white paint with the airbrush, and it can be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, and also bought a new airbrush, so the Badger's gone on the shelf, but this is a Spa Max Max 4. So the problem I used to have was, as you can see, the paint cups are completely two different sizes. So that's what I used to work with, and that's what I work with now. Oh my goodness me. And the way this is designed so you can get down to the needle and the paint doesn't clog in there, it's just amazing. And this is only £50. This is amazing, Spa Max. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, enough about Lord of the Rings. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about that, even though I'm quite passionate about Lord of the Rings and I do enjoy it, and I do love the films. But yeah, 6mm has definitely got a place in my heart for ACW, and I'm sure at some point I will end up doing it, and it will be quite nice, because it's pretty straightforward 6mm ACW, two colours really, and yeah, it's just another sort of war that fascinates me again. But yeah, what we got here? So we got Steve, you've got Napoleonics on the go at the moment, but medieval looking good. Yeah, I know, mate. The the medieval is looking, it's very good. The thing is, right, I wanted to do like Baron Wars, like what Dom's done. So the armor's a bit different. It's not so much plate metal, it's more chainmail, a lot of chainmail. But there's not a huge amount of models out there for it, to be honest. There's the stuff that Dom's got from I think it was a Kickstarter. Martin, you'll be able to tell me. Baron Wars Kickstarter, wasn't it? That was done. He's done 2 of them, but I'll be honest with you, there's only so much range of it. Everyone's gonna, if you're playing Baron Wars, everyone's gonna end up having the same models. It just doesn't appeal to me at the minute. If like Perry's bought out a plastic and someone else bought out a plastic and someone bought out some more metals for it, yeah, I'd probably get really into it. But yeah, that's it. Footsore. Thanks, mine. Yeah, I'd probably end up getting really, really into it. But that's the only thing that puts me off, to be honest. And it's obviously an earlier period, but then I was thinking about the Crusades. Anyone know this? Because you might know a bit better than me, but I swear the Perrys, didn't they do a plastic Crusade kit? Or somebody done a plastic Crusade kit? Because I can't find it anywhere. I've done some Googling, but I cannot find it. But I swear I've seen a plastic Crusade kit. Because all those Templars and things are quite appealing. There we go. Just making sure to get this guy. Fireforge has some really nice models. I can't even pronounce that. Duet Votex or something like that. Oh, okay. Fireforge models. Actually, I think I did see those. But again, it's a rule set that I want to play, so I'm kitting these out for Hail Caesar rule set. That is what these are getting done as. Martin, I'll tell you what, the only gripe I got about this Perry kit, and I will tell them when we go out to play a game, is this one weapon. I don't know what it is. Where is it? Where's the other half it gone? It snapped on me twice on 2 separate figures, and it's really frustrating. I can't even find the end of it now. It's disappeared. But there's a weapon there. It's got like a hammer. It's like a hammer. And it snapped on me twice now. And it's really, really annoying. And I can't think of what it's called, but it's this. There's one that it hasn't snapped on. But it's that. Whatever this is, it's really weak, like there. And I can't work out why. But it snapped on me twice, and it's quite frustrating. So I'm going to have to get some super glue on it this time, I think, to try and hold it permanently in place. Yeah, that's it, the poleaxe. That's it, yeah. Yeah, it has snapped on me twice. And it's a bit annoying, because I really don't want to have to redo his arms. That'd be quite frustrating. Yeah, Martin, I was thinking of just getting a few Templar bits just to give him a bash. Yeah, that's it, innit? But next question is, Steve, I know you like your 6mm, mate. Do they do medievals in 6mm? That's the question. I'm sure they do. I'm sure you can get some medievals in 6mm. But does anyone else in the chat play medievals? What sort of rule sets do you know? People like Lion Rampant. But I'm looking more for a big battle sort of scenario, because that's one thing I've not played. Is big battles. I've played a lot of skirmishes, so I've played a lot of bolt action. I played a hell of a lot of bolt action, to be fair. Yeah, Bacchus do a good range. There you go. Look at that. Another. I know Adler do 6mm. The only problem I found with Adler's is their website. Is the only issue is if you're not used to buying 6mm, you don't understand what you get for what you're paying. So it's a little bit confusing for new players to that range. That's the only thing I'll say about the Adler stuff. But I'd rather go there and buy them off them at a convention, if that makes sense. As if they're still about. I'm sure they are, but it'd be nice to see what other people are doing. But Hail Caesar definitely for this sort of rule set. I think you'll probably agree as well, Martin. Is that what you're gonna? Is that what you? That's what you use, isn't it, for War of the Roses? Is Hail Caesar rules? Let's try and get this. Looking forward to this. Never mind the bill hooks that are coming out. Looking forward to this. Never mind the bill hook rules that are coming out. What are you looking forward to, Miller? Have I missed something? What rule set are you looking forward to? I'll tell you what, I've been a good boy as well, because I'll tell you what, I've been in so many model shops recently, including for work as well, and it's been like I could buy a kit, do you know what I mean, and go from there. But I've been a good boy. I've not bought anything. I've tried to stay calm and not buy up the whole shop, but I haven't actually bought anything for about a month now. The last thing I bought was actually this medieval set, and I'm determined to finish it before I buy anything else. Just while I'm plodding along with the other box of stuff as well, which is nice. I think I've worked out a good balance yet. What we got? Yeah, I use Hell Caesar as it's pretty big battles. Yeah, I've got to do it. What we got here? So Steve's put Go Adler, Napoleonics, and 2 fiddly flagpoles, etc. Just snap off. I think Bacchus is the best of both worlds, but not had details as Adler. Not as detailed as Adler. Okay. So Martin's Seventh Sons put, or Impetus, which haven't tried yet but bought. Ooh, maybe 10 mil from Drake. It's a new rule set for never mind the billy hooks. Okay. Large scale skirmish. For War of the Roses. Ooh, that's interesting. I might bookmark that and go and have a check that out after the stream. Oh, that's quite an interesting thing. Oh, that does sound quite interesting actually. But yeah, I'll tell you something else as well actually. I've been sent a copy for review of this terrain here. Oh, here we go. Here's work. 2 seconds, guys. Literally 2 seconds. I'll just answer it. Sorry about that. I will have to go in a bit, but not just yet. But yeah, so I've been sent this terrain from Battle Systems. Okay, so they just recently did a Kickstarter. I don't know if anyone saw it, but it's for like fantasy sort of sort of terrain. Okay, but works really well. I've started putting some of it together, as you can see. I'm going to be doing a video on it, but to be honest with you, it works really well with like 28 mil medieval sort of stuff. So I'll just try and hold it up a little bit like that. Don't know if you guys can see it a bit better. I know the video's a little catched up behind, but yeah, so it's really nice stuff, to be honest. There's like several. I'm trying to show you the back of the box. Weighs a blinking ton, but there's loads of stuff in it. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. Loads of there's lakes. You've got fences. You've got pontoon bridges. There's a tavern that's like 3 layers, 3 stories. But I'm going to be doing a video on it. But I think it'd be really good for like medieval terrain. So like this handcart and stuff like that. It's a little bit out of scale. Don't get me wrong. It's a little bit out of scale, but just for like scatter terrain and stuff like that, you could use it. It's definitely usable. But yeah, that's that stuff. I thought I'd just give you a little glimpse of that. but it's all cardboard and it all pops together. You can glue it together as well, but you don't need to. So that's not glued or anything. But yeah, let's get these guys done. I'm sure I've come off mute. Yes, I have come off mute just to make sure. But yeah, I'm just trying to get that bit of mould line there, and it's really frustrating. Now I've lost me chain of thought. Now what I was talking about. I'll tell you what. If you could only pick one rule system, then that you were going to play, say like, or try. Oh no, here's a better question for you. If you could only pick one new system out of all the ones you want to try, so you've got, say like you play Black Powder at the minute, and you could only ever choose like one more system to try out, so you could play like Victory at Seas, the new ship game, Black Sails, or you could play Bolt Action or stuff like that. What one of the, say like 3 or 4 that you're looking forward to playing? Like I've got like 5 or 6 that I want to play, but which one would you say you really want to play next? So which one would you go for, and what period is it? Is it medievals, and what rule set? Is it World War II? Is it Napoleonics? Something a bit more modern. You know, we don't talk about modern wargaming very much, do we, over on the channel? We've always got the modern war games. I know there's a big following for all like the recent stuff like the war in Afghanistan and Iraq and things. I know a lot of people do actually play that sort of stuff. Again, that's tickled my fancy. Bit of modern history, but if you had to pick one, what would you reckon? Lion Rampant for Steve. And would it be in 6mm, Steve, or would you go 28mm for it? Oh, excuse me. Try and get his arm on. There we go. 28mm shock horror. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? You've been with the channel quite a while, Steve, if I remember rightly, right from the beginning. I remember talking to you about 6mm back then. It's just one of those things, isn't it? It's just depends what you want to do at the time, I guess. It's like your mind, you're only human, aren't you? And your mind changes all the time. Want to try learning the Team Yankee rules now? I've got the stuff coming from Modelling for Advantage. Yeah, that can always help as well, can't it? Wanted to learn a new rule set. We've actually got the plastic to play with it. I was going to say, I hope I haven't balls that guy up, but no, I hadn't. That's alright, he fits on nicely. Just make sure to get the armour in properly, because I don't want gaps. I don't like gaps. I always try as well not to use green stuff. I know people use green stuff all the time, but I don't see why you should have to use green stuff, because these models should work without it, because they've been, what's the word, sculpted, so they shouldn't need green stuff. Come on. I've got to admit, this one's a bit fiddly. Just a tad. Just a tad. Yeah, I want to try and learn into Yankee. And he's put, your fault, I've been a while, don't always get a chance to watch live. No, that's right. Do what you do, buddy. Oh, goodness me. That's alright. It's not actually work. It's a colleague of mine, which I can solely ignore because he's not at work. Right. That's that guy done. I've only got one more to make. So I'll do this one and then I'm going to have to shoot for work, guys. So this will probably take about another 10 minutes. So I've probably got about another 10 minutes left. But this dude is going to have He's going to be on. I've got standard. Where is it gone? I can find it. So this is John Mulberry, obviously, Duke of Norfolk. It's here somewhere. I'll probably just put it to a side, but I've done his big banner, but I've got his standard, and I want to put that on this one. And this guy here is actually going to be with. It's got this right. Anyone that knows medievals will know what this thing's for. I want to say it's like a. Oh, what's it called? It's like a crowny sort of thing, but it's like a is it ceremonial or something? I'm not too sure. You stick it over the head. Martin will know exactly what it is, so I'll ask him when he see him. But if it's important and it stands the guy out as like a leader for the unit, I'm gonna stick it on this guy and use it like that. But what's Martin said? Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I've got to go making a response to your bloody terrain video, and that BBA is dry. Thing is terrain when doing a new project. With medieval, at least, it doesn't need that much. No, you're very true. It doesn't need that much terrain. You can get away with your fences and your hedges and bits and bobs like that. Very much so, but let's just try and get that out there. There we go. Whew. Tell you what, though, guys, it is blinking warm today, isn't it? Yesterday was even worse, I think. Absolutely sweltering. Let's get that up there. You guys like this little format? Enjoyed like just doing these like live streams if I'm on call or something like that? Just a little paint desk and having a little chat. I was thinking about doing obviously into the medievals at the minute, but there's a game, isn't there, called Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've played quite a bit of it, to be fair, on the PC. But I was thinking like some like gap filler or something because it's historical. Maybe streaming that and playing that along through the game. I didn't know what you guys might think of that. I know it's not miniature related, so I thought I'd just chuck it out there for a little test of water. But try and play it like how a peasant would be, which the game forces you to do it anyway. To be fair, you're not super amazing with a sword and things, and maybe give you guys like the decisions of like where I put my skill points into and things. But if not a drama. I'm more than happy just to do these. But yeah, it is nice and relaxed. Even chills me out a little bit. Even though I've got to go to work in a minute. Yeah, it's good. Definitely made making furniture easy to bear. Especially if it's IKEA, buddy. Especially if it's IKEA. Hello, what colours do you, hello, what colours you painting the figures? I've done a video on them. So there is a video on the channel of how I painted my men at arms up, but I'm gonna go with Sir John Mulberry. So they're gonna be, obviously their armor's gonna be their armor colour, but like blue and yellow. So that's the colour that he was using for his men. So some of the plates are blue and yellow, so 50-50. Some of them are just blue, some are just yellow, just to mix it up a little bit. That's what I'm going to do with these guys. And as well, you might see in the video me talking about it, but I don't use the same colour for every single man. So I might use 3 or 4 different types of blue, 3 or 4 different types of yellow over different figures, because in my eyes, they're not all completely uniformed. You had some that were dirtier, some that were cleaner, some that might have been done in one production run for the yellow, some that might be done in somewhere else for the yellow, and so on and so forth. So just a bit more realistic in my eyes, and that's what I've done. I'm pretty happy with them. But yeah, check that video over. It's on the channel. It wasn't the last video I did. I think it was the video before that. So, but it's up there. I think it's how I paint my men at arms. Yes, mate, they are Perry miniatures. Yes, they are Perry's. I'll show you the box. Give me 2 seconds. That's the box. So it's the English Army box. 1415 to 1429. It was 20 quid. And there is 36 figures in there. I'm pretty happy with them, to be fair. They are lovely minis. Did everyone check out the Plastic Crap podcast episode when we interviewed the Perrys? We interviewed the Perrys for 2 hours. It was really nice. Both Alan and Michael Perry both turned up. Sat down with them and had a good chat. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's been my hobby highlight. Yeah, you can make that. You can make that into like a small little army. Yeah. You will. I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna need some cavalry to go with that. But again, the cavalry from the Perrys is generic, so you can. They give you the tools in there to make it either French or English. So you could do half and half if you wanted to. If you want to do both armies, or you could do 15 English knights. There is plenty in there though. So there's loads of archers. I think there's 4 sprues of archers and 2 sprues. No. Yeah, 4 sprues of archers and 2 sprues of men at arms. So there's 12 men at arms and the rest are archers. But you can make some of the archers into like men at arms. Yeah, he was proper starstruck. So was I, to be fair. It was more neat because we got an invite up to play up in the thingamabob as well. So up where they play all their games and all that. That was very cool. Once lockdown's all complete and everything, so we're gonna go up there. I'm definitely keeping them to that. Just be cool to go up there and just maybe have a beer or something. That'd be extremely wicked. They're very nice blokes though. Extremely nice people. But you'll find everyone in miniatures is really nice guys, aren't they? Will that be filmed? Yeah, if they say it can be filmed, yeah, by all means, because obviously it's their house. I'm not just going to film all their games room if they don't want me to. But I will ask them. Or was it Alan? No. Was it Alan's house or was it Michael's house? No, it was Alan's house. No. Michael had the game room. That's it. Michael had the game room. That's it. It was one of the stipulations for buying the house. And that's what I found really cool. Because I can tell you something. If my missus said, if I said, can we buy a house and that? But yeah. Just for the game room, I think she would go, no. Goldthing QS. I can't pronounce. I don't know what that means, mate. With the Perry stuff, is it explicitly with all the Rosa stuff? It's Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you can interchange it and all that. The heads. That's the good thing. That's the cheers, mate. Yeah, that's the good thing. Got ya. Yeah, you can interchange it all. You are right. What would be cool? Getting your ass kicked by the Perry. I wouldn't mind. I'll tell you what would be even funnier is if I beat them. That would be the funny thing. You don't want it. You don't want to beat anyone at their own place, though, do you? Especially the Perrys. I'll get them to fill out a certificate or something. I was beaten by Alan and Michael Perry at a game of Black Powder. I'd be more than happy to frame that certificate. Absolutely. Right. That one on there. Cool, it's definitely warm. Definitely warm. Right. Oh, nearly forgot the mould lines. But we are definitely coming to an end, unfortunately. Yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Turn up and Rick Priestley's there as well. Oh yeah, it's game night tonight. You're part of the campaign now. Yes. Oh, that would be funny. Right, so they're all lovely and built. I've just got some swords to add to them, to be fair, but I need to obviously get to work. Um, but yeah, no, guys, it was very nice hanging out with you for I don't know how long it's been. To be fair, I think about just it's been how long's it been? Maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Not too sure, but yeah, it's been really nice hanging out with you anyway. And again, I'll try and do a few more of these improv. I'll try and give you a bit more notice next time, but the problem is when I'm on call, if I get home, I don't know how long I'm going to be at home before I get called out again. So I try and only do about half an hour's notice. But yeah, I will try. I will try and do one of these, and the next one will come up will be what's on the desk. So part number 2. But yeah, thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you again Monday. Actually, be sure to check out the Plastic Crack podcast, 8 p.m. UK time. Come to my channel for a change. Don't go to Dom's. Wind him up. That would be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be extremely funny. I'd love to see it, to be fair. But yeah. Well, thanks, guys, and see you again soon. Bye bye.